Jay.
All right, welcome everybody to the weekly check-in with our therapist. There's a therapist during the day, comedian at night, Jessica Leigh, our co-host, our guest tonight, Steve DeNuccio. We got Jay Burns, Brian Vincent.
Hello.
I know they look like a nice older couple, but they're not actually together. We'll get to that. I had a good day today. I went over to Iggy's. They were crowded, which was good. I wound up at Rocky Point Chowder House, which I like, on Post Road. I had a nice big doughboy with plenty of sugar. I'm diabetic. I cheat once in a while. I had clam cakes, and I had some chowder. It was really good.
Which
What
kind of
chowder
chowder did you have?
I had 1 cup of chowder. 1 cup of
But red
chowder.
or
What kind?
white?
Red, white.
White
Clear.
chowder.
I like white chowder.
I like
I
red
had
chowder.
white chowder.
I like
Jessica Leigh, my co-host, what are you going to say to start this off?
I just got very confused because I didn't know that there was red chowder and white chowder because I don't
You
eat
didn't-
beef.
So,
Got very
so really, now
There's
here's
3 chowders.
there's 3 different chowders. So all of them are from Rhode Island, believe it or not. Trivia fact:
Even Manhattan.
Manhattan clam chowder is from Rhode Island. So what happened was the original chowder, which has neither milk nor tomatoes in it, started out in Rhode Island, and then Portuguese merchants came over and they brought tomatoes with them. And so that's how they have the red chowder. And then when they were here in New England, in Rhode Island, we have cows and everything like that, so they started putting milk in there, and that's how we have the white chowder. So all 3 are actually from Rhode Island.
You should run a trivia.
I know.
You should run a
You
weekly
didn't know there was
trivia. I'm
a
just
red
saying.
chowder, Jessica? You didn't know there was a red chowder?
No, I don't eat seafood, so I've never really tried. I mean, I've had chowder, I think, when I was like a kid, but I don't really remember it too much. But yeah, I gave up on seafood after I gave up on like fish sticks when I was a kid. I was like, this just
Even
ruined
fish sticks you
Even
gave up?
Fish sticks.
Fish sticks ruined it. I think
Well, you
fish
ever
sticks
catch a fish
right.
stick on a hook? They're delicious.
I know.
I like the square ones. They come out, they bite better.
Jessica's fresh off vacation. She went
Yes.
back to work this week.
Mhm.
How many patients did you see this week? A lot?
A lot, yes.
The
a lot.
pandemic, there's a lot of people that need therapy like me.
Mhm.
My therapist calls me twice a week. And then I call Vincent and talk to him for a half hour, and I'm all right.
I lay on the couch.
Yes.
So you saw, what'd you do on vacation last week, Jess? Anything good?
I went to the beach like 3 times, and then I tried Iggy's for the first time, and I like their doughboys. I
Had
like
'em with the
doughboys everywhere, like anywhere that you can get fried dough. I get really excited about it,
Yeah. Good
especially when
stuff.
sugar and cinnamon is involved. I haven't added anything else to it. Like other people add like chocolate sauce. Somebody made like a pizza out of fried dough.
Some people make it with the gravy on it.
Yeah.
Vincent, tell a joke.
No.
No.
Tell
No
a joke.
jokes right now. We're going to talk about clam cakes.
Tell
No more
a bus.
jokes.
Let's
Tell
talk
a
about
bus
honey
joke.
No
cakes.
more bus jokes.
I gotta tell you the clam cakes at Iggy's, they didn't even throw any clams in it when I went there. It was so bad that I tossed it away, and the seagull even flew by and said, "The heck with that! I ain't getting those clam cakes.
No. I had an issue.
But you said Rocky Point had good clam cakes?
They're like this big."
Rocky Point Chowder House, Post Road, very good.
Good.
Yeah.
I had a seagull swoop down and take a cheese and cracker literally out of my hand. Like literally, like I felt its body. Like
They're
as
very intrusive.
you know, it was like it was
And then he
A male or
got
female
ticked off
seagull.
because it was Cody Jack
No.
and not like Pepper Jack. I mean, what a jerk he was.
Seagulls are very
extra sharp Cabot and a Ritz cracker, and it just
Oh.
swooped down
Oh.
and just I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you got the
Jalapeno
therapist money
pepper
rolling
jack
in.
or what?
You got the cabbage cheese and the Ritz cracker.
I needed therapy.
We have to eat saltines
Right.
with
Yes.
very
Vincent.
sliced thin cheese that DeNuccio gave us from Stop and Shop. Not even the boar's head.
Evie
Yeah.
works at Stop
even
and Shop.
Lando
We'll get to
likes.
that. Vincent, tell an appropriate joke.
Appropriate one.
Okay.
It's a long story, guys.
I like the honeymoon one.
Tell an appropriate joke, Steve, Brian.
The
I like
appropriate
the-
joke.
I like the honeymoon one with the girl upstairs with her husband.
No, that's not appropriate. I can't tell that one.
What? That's a bad word in it?
No, I just said no. I can't. I gotta stay away from that one. All right, give me a second. Let me read through.
The bus one.
We didn't do the bus walk. Okay.
Well, you already did that on another rant before.
Yeah.
Not today.
Okay.
No, he did. He did
Nah.
it on another.
I work with a lot of senior citizens. You guys know this.
No way.
Okay, and they always taking bus trips up to the casino. So I try to tell the old people, I says, when you're over 80, I said, everything's different. The slot machines, the fruit, everything's different. For example, if one old lady gets 3 prunes in a row, they automatically send her over to the crap table. So, that being said, senior citizen bus trip driving to Foxwoods. All of a sudden, an old woman from the back of the bus screams, runs to the front. Bus driver said, ma'am, what's the matter? She said, somebody tried to reach up under my dress. I said, okay, with us, everything will be fine. 5 minutes later, another old lady screams, runs to the front. Ma'am, what's the matter? Somebody tried to reach up under my dress. I said, okay, with us, everything will be fine. 5 minutes later, another one. Finally, the bus driver pulls the bus over. He says, I can't believe the senior citizens are going to put up with this. Pulls the bus over, goes to the back of the bus. She's a little old bald man with thick glasses and a hearing aid crawling on the floor. He looks down at me and says, sir, he says, what are you doing? Old man looks up and says, I lost my toupee. He says, I had a hold of 3 dimes. It keeps getting away from me.
That's sick. That's sick.
That's sick, brother.
That's sick.
Well, I got that joke from a friend of mine who was a comedian, and he worked with Jimmy Durante, he worked with Jackie Gleason, he worked with Red Skelton, he worked with everybody that's dead. In fact, he's dead now.
Wow.
So I stole his jokes, and there you go.
And you work with that guy, huh? And he worked with all those guys.
Oh, yeah. He could sing, he could do impressions, he could tell jokes. Yeah. Billy Miller, Billy Miller. He was local. He was at New Farm Supper Club, he used to work.
Yeah, I did. I went there one time and performed. One time. Yeah.
He used to play the Biltmore when Sophie Tucker used to come and play the Biltmore. That's how far back he goes, because nobody remembers Sophie Tucker.
I remember the name. She was a singer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, a little old fat woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sang dirty songs.
Yeah, basically sang dirty songs.
Yeah.
Today they'd be nothing, but back then, yeah.
Yeah. So we got Vincent and Jay Burns coming live from the sunny side.
We're in the same box.
We got DeNuccio, Steve DeNuccio coming from the Pirate Bar.
Arr.
We got Jessica Leigh coming from her office,
Pro's house.
her studio pad, her
living
studio
room / kitchen studio.
bachelorette pad. We're
With
trying
a
to
vat
figure
of
out.
Kool-Aid.
Jessica's either my baby sister or my baby stepdaughter. What do you guys think? We should take a vote tonight. What do you think, Jessica?
Well, either way, you were born first, so I think that you need to make the choice because I don't know how to make the choice.
I would say daughter. You can't make her a sister. She's too young.
She's too young. All right, you're my stepdaughter. My therapy stepdaughter.
Now, that could have been a compliment, but no, Steve went for the insult right off the bat.
Yeah.
Why? She's young. She can't be his. She can't be a sister.
But John, you're old. Very, very,
Very old. Look how old Brian is.
old.
I'm
telling you,
62
John.
now.
You're so old. Your blood type is gay.
Man,
Oh my
by
God.
the time
64
comedy,
now.
by the
Now
time
we're gonna
comedy
edit
comes,
again.
by the time comedy comes back, I'm gonna be about 70.
You
By the
don't
time it
look
comes
70.
back,
I don't know if it's
Don't
even
look
coming back.
It's coming back.
it'll be about 2 years, I think.
Oh yeah, too young. How about 10 years?
Nah, it's gonna be about
Oh.
a year and a half to 2 years before I'm saying it was like it was, where you could go up to a crowd of 200 and be right there. At least a year and a half, at
I
least.
tell you, I'm dying to go to Lemongrass. I'm starving.
Use an egg roll like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lemongrass, one of my favorite rooms.
Oh,
I
it's a
talked to the
beautiful
bartender
I'm
today.
Grill tonight.
Yeah,
Nobody
she
comes
said
back in that room.
Lemongrass, Asia Grill,
That's where I'm going tonight.
Venue 131, all
That was
those
a fun room.
places. No comedy. No comedy. They all don't want to do it right now. So
You know,
unfortunately.
I will say one thing. Asia Grill. I did a show there with Jess, and remember that show?
Yes.
I'll never forget with Christine Hurley, you,
Yes.
John, and Rockin' Joe Hebert, Skip, I think. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Skip Daniels on the show.
Skip. I love Skip.
And it was like it came up on my memory from like 2 years ago recently.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, that was one of my favorite shows of all time. That crowd was just hot and they were fun and like
And
Asia-
actually,
Asia
and now that I'm
Grill.
thinking about it, you had me try those wings that had some type of like fish sauce.
yeah, the
Connect-
oyster sauce.
Yes, and I actually tried them and they were really good.
See?
Sticky wings.
Really good. Yes.
Never had their wings over there.
No, they're good stuff.
Oh,
I actually enjoyed the Whaler Inn. That was a lot of fun. That's
Yeah.
a big room.
I'm done there. I'm done there.
I didn't get to play that room.
I mean, I got to say, one of the best rooms was when we played the Ponderosa over. What up?
Ponderosa Steakhouse.
I love that rum. Oh my! I don't even know what town that's in.
There is no more
It's in
Ponderosa.
any town.
It's not in any town.
Ponderosa Steakhouse used to be in Cranston,
They have like the cats outside. Did you see the
Swansea, Swansea.
cats?
Attleboro, Cranston.
One in Cranston.
It was
I
it's a
won
tire
a-
place.
I
now.
won a
Go
roast
two
battle
tires.
there. At the one there's one in Mass, and I won a roast battle there, and I can get down with the Ponderosa. I do well at the Ponderosa. You should book me there.
Just gotta have good
Ghost house.
teeth to chew that steak. Let me tell you, you needed real good dentures to chew that steak. Yeah.
Why are you
That's the
looking
way
at
I
me
used
when you say that?
I used to take my kids there. I used to
You're
like
always putting
Ponderosa.
your teeth in my glass. That's why, Brian.
I enjoyed the Ponderosa because then
did too.
I thought
And they
your
had a little ice
steakhouse
cream.
was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the soft
Those-
serve ice
Did a
cream.
better job than Ponderosa.
They're all gone now. All those places
I
are
like-
gone.
I like anywhere with self-serve ice cream. Like that was a good.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's why I like the Foxwoods, the buffet.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because
about
I don't
that.
even eat. I'll go and I'll take whatever cobbler they make, cherry cobbler, peach cobbler, and then I top it with the exactly.
Oh,
Now you have diabetes, so you can't have it.
do that anymore.
What?
I can't do that anymore.
But I can do it because I don't know if I have diabetes yet. I don't wear open-toed shoes anymore, so it doesn't matter.
We're just gonna chop your foot off at the end of the week.
Whatever.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Whatever. Hey. So you bring me out in a wheelbarrow. So what?
Steve, what's going on in the Pirate Bar?
Just enjoying myself at this end of the house. I was going to go out in the tiki bar tonight, but it was a little uncertain on the weather, so I decided we're going to do it here instead of the art studio. So
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
choices, and this was the choice. And tonight I'm going to go get some to-go food at Asia Grill.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love their food. I'm always in there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So comedy, I've been noticing
Open mics.
the giggles in Massachusetts. They won't let them do any indoor comedy. I saw Monty Caproni posted today. No indoor comedy. Giggles in Saugus is doing weekend comedy under a tent outside.
Yeah.
Laugh
Kowloon is doing the same
Laugh
thing.
Boston is doing drive-in theaters. They got one in Musquamaket. They're doing another outside show somewhere else. So Massachusetts, no inside shows.
Right.
In Rhode Island, they said the Pub on Park open mic is going, but all the regular rooms, the connection's going now.
You got Copperfield.
What I understand, they're only letting them have 70 people. The room holds 200, 220. They're only letting them have 70 until they up the capacity. So, comedy. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be back like it was until at least another year. At least.
I'm even wondering if my show on the Battleship in the 15th, I'm opening for Ricky Lee. We don't know yet. Haven't heard anything. I don't even know if that's still going on. They said it was going to be like 700 or so people there.
Yeah, you
Well,
better
know
check
before
with.
October, right?
I don't think that's going to happen.
You're going to have to give me the name of the guy who contacted me because I've been trying to figure out when they're going to recontact me, but I'm
Yeah, I'll get a hold of them. That's probably not going to happen, Steve. 700 people, not in
I don't see it.
Massachusetts. Yeah, they won't let that happen.
I agree.
Have
In
700.
Massachusetts especially.
Yeah, they won't let that happen.
But we're doing Copperfields, and that's coming back.
Yeah,
That's going to be 700 people.
the only thing is open mics right now.
That's it.
All the other rooms, nothing. There's very, very little. Very
But I
little.
will say the buffets are slowly opening. So, silver lining on all of this.
They won't have any buffets.
Really? What buffets?
There won't be any buffets.
Joke. It's a joke. I'm just making a
He's
joke.
messing with you.
Lemongrass, Asia Grill.
I miss
I don't know what's like. I was doing a lot of dinner shows.
Yeah.
So
You never
like one
did
of
the Nordic Lodge. What's the matter?
my
with
friends, Steve Palumbo, he's a singer. He said it's
Ima.
the death of the dinner shows.
No.
It's for now, for the next year or two. Yeah, it's not going to be. They're not going to have any dinner shows.
I think we're gonna get a second wave in September, and I think probably in late November, early December we'll get a vaccine, and then back January, February we'll be back. to normal, I think.
Well, I disagree with you, Jay. You know why? There's 335 million people in the United States.
Yep.
There's billions worldwide. If they get a vaccine, they need billions. So by the time we all get the vaccine, if they get it in January, we're not going to all have it till at least the summer, which means it'll be the fall before we can really plan shows.
Yeah, but people are gonna, if they know the vaccine is there, that it exists, people are gonna start going out. I
agree with Jay.
I won't go until I get a vaccine.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. And you know what? It's different. People like you and I, because we've got diabetes, we're higher risk. We're immunocompromised. Like it's different. You know, it's different for different people. So there are people like Brian.
See, DeNuccio and I are just mentally compromised.
Right, exactly.
We can go out.
Yeah.
We won't catch nothing.
I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. I don't know what Jessica thinks, but I don't see at least another year the way it looks to me. At least.
What we eat tonight? I'm
It's
hungry.
tough to tell. I mean, my
I want to order
agency,
something.
they're not sending us back yet. Like they're
Vincent,
not.
calm down over there. Jessica's talking. Go ahead, Jessica.
Sorry, Jessica.
Oh, they're not sending us back to work yet for my agency. So I don't know. I mean, it's really tough to tell. Like I'll hang out with like a couple of people. Like I'll keep it, like as socially distant as possible and like do some stuff like outside. Like I've done some like outdoor dining and stuff like that, but like I don't know. Like it's really tough to tell because like I think Jay's plan like makes sense. Like if that was to happen, like I can see that happening in the fall where there being a surge too, and then them like and then a vaccine coming out like at some point after. But I can also see John's perspective too of that taking some time. I don't know. Like it's really tough to tell.
I think everybody's guessing. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And that's really the problem right now. We're all working on incomplete information.
Yeah.
And we just don't know.
Well, the
It's
dental
gonna-
business bounced back.
Yeah, at the earliest will be early next year, which will be a miracle, and that's
I
the
agree.
earliest.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
That's
the
the
earliest.
absolute earliest.
You know,
I
they're seeing cases in the dental business. It's starting to bounce back, the emergencies. And I've always been, even with the coronavirus, I still have a few cases to do because I own the dental lab. And so, not that I'm doing a lot. There were a few because people have emergencies. What are you going to do? You break a tooth, they need to replace it. It happened. But it's done on a case-by-case basis. So that really never died.
Steve, how much is honey ham a pound?
What's that?
How much is honey ham a pound?
Which kind? Boar's head or store brand?
Boar's head.
Boar's head. That's not a question.
$9.99 to $11.99.
Stevie works at Stop and Shop, for those of you who don't know. So if you want a
Slice of
discount,
Yeah, well, there
discount
goes my
on cold
cover.
cuts, go and see Stevie, and he'll
There
take
goes
care
my
of you.
cover. It's a
Now,
crazy
Steve.
business. I'll tell you, it's a crazy business. It really is. It's
Steve, you have a dental lab, correct?
yes.
Now, I have about 7 sets of teeth at home just sitting there. Can I get a credit or something? I'll give you all 7 sets of teeth.
You even had George Washington's teeth.
Yeah,
And
they
I
wouldn't.
said I can't
got
use it.
set. Caught termites. I lost a couple of the uppers, but other than that,
It's called Big Bug Solution.
yeah. So talk to me.
Well,
I think
see,
you
I got
lost
7
more on your
sets just for
uppers.
you.
all the stuff I do is not removable. It's permanent. You can't put it in the jar.
Herman. Oh, no. These come out.
Nah, mine don't.
So you can't help me. You know anybody where I can fence these teeth? Come on, you're going to have a tooth connection.
Oh, I got a few connections. We
Come
can
on.
take care of it.
Vincent, tell a joke.
$1 under your pillow.
Tell a joke.
Hmm?
Tell a
Tell
joke.
that fence joke again. I love it.
No. All right, give me a second.
Which joke?
Gotta think about it.
You got to be quick on your feet, Vincent. We only got so
I
much
have the
time.
gout. I can't be quick on my feet anymore.
Oh my God. Read a book from Medici
I can't read no more
Capanoa, whatever
books.
her name is.
We got to be good. I got one more book left. Hey, that kept me going through the quarantine. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right, hit a joke, Vincent.
Hmm. Okay.
Can we run a commercial?
I know, right? By Menon. We need the.
Two skipping
You guys are not funny. See what I got to do is I'm under pressure now.
I'm not under pressure. Just tell
I'm
a
under
joke.
pressure. I don't have a joke. I don't.
That's all right,
What about that
Brian.
scarecrow that
We got the
award?
fence
No, I
joke.
didn't hear about the scarecrow that got an award.
The scarecrow that got an award. He was outstanding in his field.
Yeah, you're all
Jessica Lee
crazy.
just laughed at
She
that.
did. She just laughed at it.
Oh, Jessica Lee.
You're welcome.
We're waiting on Vincent for a joke.
That's okay.
Yeah,
We
I'll
got a
bring
half
that-
hour. We could do
I'm
it.
going to follow a scarecrow joke.
How about a
That-
Tin Man joke?
We'll do that fence one again. We love it.
No, the first one, no.
Do the bicycle one.
The what?
Bicycle one.
These guys, what are they doing? Vincent, this
No, I
is a
can't
show,
do that.
Vincent. We don't have time. You guys gotta go.
Oh, we gotta tell fast jokes. Okay. Okay. Little kid comes home from school and asks his father. He says, Dad, he said, what's the difference between the words hypothetically and realistically? The father thought for a minute. He said, okay, go upstairs and ask your sister if she sleep with a stranger for $1 million. Comes downstairs, he says, now go downstairs, ask your mother the same question. Comes back upstairs. The father said, okay, what did they say? He said, they both said yes. He said, okay, son. He said, hypothetically, we're sitting on $2 million. He said, realistically, we live with a couple of whores.
Sick. You lost your mind, brother.
Hey, what do you want? 4 months. I've been sitting in my house 4 months with my mother. Why do you think Norman Bates killed his mother? They made 4 movies on that.
How's your mother doing, Brian?
I don't know. I don't know if she's living or what. I just
You haven't
stick her on the
checked on her
couch.
in
I
4
water her
months?
once a week. I don't know. I turn her so she don't get bed sores. I don't know. She's fine.
What's
You
wrong
want her?
with you?
Take her. I want to send her down to DeNuccio's Pirate Bar. She'll have
What
lunch
you do?
meat and she'll live the rest of her days out having a sandwich.
You could sit next to the skeleton over here, Sammy the Surfer dude.
What's going on in your world, Steve?
Oh, just busy as always, John. You know, I wake up in the morning, I get on the computer, do a couple of teats, send it to the 3D printer.
Are you gonna Uber? Are you gonna Uber again, or
Probably at the end of the month. At
the end of
the
July?
month. Yeah, probably started up in August. I tell you, those trips were funny. All the crazy things that happen. It writes their own jokes, right, Johnny?
You
Tell-
can't make
tell-
this up, folks.
Tell the time they brought their mother. Tell that one. I like that
Oh,
one.
that was in Pawtucket.
I
I got
like
a
it.
call. I took the Cottage Street exit. It was a second street on the right. I will never forget it. Go down the street, stop. 3 people come out of the house. There must have been one was in their late 40s and a couple in the 50s. And they come to the window, 2 guys and a girl, a woman. And she says, we got a problem. I said, what's the problem? I said, are you these people? They gave their name. And she said, yeah, I'm that person. I ordered the ride. She said, we're gonna have to put my mother in your car. I says, oh, no problem. There's 3 of you. I got seats for 4. You're all set. Says, you don't seem to understand. I said, what am I missing? She said, well, anyway, I have to report my mother had passed away. And I says, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Now it's not registering. You know, I'm like behind there somewhere. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened? She said, well, she was terminal and she passed away. I says, oh, really? She says, you're not getting it still, are you? I says, no. She said, we want to put my mother in your car. I said, what do you think? This is a weekend with Bernie. I said, what is going on? I said, why you want to put your mother in my car? She said, we're going to go take her to the funeral home. And I'm arguing with the lady. I said, lady, you don't call me. You got to call the 911. That's stupid. We knew she was going to die. I said, yeah, but they have to declare your mother dead, and then they have to call the medical examiner to release it to the funeral home, in which, by the way, they're going to come and pick up your mother, not me. And I said, cancel the ride. And she goes, I don't want to pay the $5.
Steve, you might have got a good tip.
Oh, yeah.
Might have got a good tip. You could start taking dead bodies around. That's a good.
Oh,
That's
Always
not
carry
bad.
sunglasses, DeNuccio.
What's that?
When,
The body, they don't know what's happening.
when Vincent dies, you can put him in the front seat, give him a Manhattan, and ride around for a month.
When Brian dies, I'm
Listen,
having
wait
him
a minute.
stuffed, and he's going to sit right here in my box forever and ever.
When
Can you
Vincent
picture-
dies, we're gonna get him taxidermied so he doesn't have to leave the bar.
Yeah, we can put him right up at the pirate bar, Steve, when Brian dies.
I want to put him right here at the seat.
Stuff him.
Stuff
Stuff him and give him a drink in his hand.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to change my whole set and my whole act. I'm going to be like Jeff Dunham, and he's going to be my puppet. I'm going to make him move his mouth. And we're
So I'm going to rap.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a hip hop, a hip and a hop and a hop.
Now, Jay Burns imitates Steve, and he also imitates me, you son of a gun. Imitate me.
But
You
he can't-
like to
But he
imitate
can't get
me.
my voice down.
No, I can't get you because
Okay,
every time I do your voice, it sounds like Peter Falk.
You never do
Or
it
it
right.
sounds like Bill Hickey.
You've
Bill Hickey.
imitated me before.
No, he can
You.
do you
I
and
can
he
do
can do
you.
the Nuccio. He
I
can't do me.
do him.
Oh, he does Mike too.
I do Mike.
Oh, you got him nailed.
All day long.
Let me hear you do me. I want to hear you do me.
But let me tell you something. You look like Harry Potter after the 25th sequel, brother. You're crazy. Brian Vincent, you're nuts.
Do the Nuccio.
Oh, welcome to PVD Airport. Let me tell you something. Let me take you on a journey, folks. Let me tell you about the Tin Man. Wonderful.
And you do Joe Hebert.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
do
do?
Joe?
Joe Hebert, right? I miss Joe. Joe, by the way, if you watch this, I fucking love you. I miss you. Joe Hebert. Oh, irregular. That's how I say it. Irregular. I vibes by. No, I can't. I realize I can't do it. When I'm drunk.
Yeah.
When I'm drunk, I can't do it. Tony Petrarca standing on. It might be 2 to 4, upwards to 4 to 6.
7 to 9.
This is. I feel like
Can't do me.
Jessica.
Can't
We
do
lost
me.
control.
You got to do Jessica. I mean imitator.
Could you?
What?
He can't do Jessica.
Jessica? No, I
Could
can't.
you?
No.
You got to put the nun costume on first.
I'm trying to think. I can think of your jokes, but I'm trying to I don't think I can get your voice because it's not like, you know.
It's not consistent.
No. That's,
No,
it's not
no.
distinctive enough.
Distinctive.
Like Steve DeNuccio sounds like this.
Folks, you can't make this up.
Let me take you on a journey. Let me tell you about honey ham.
My property value just went down. Folks.
Boar's Head honey ham is on sale today, $7.99 a pound. It's beautiful. I'm gonna shave it so thin, thinner than you've ever had. It's gonna be amazing, folks.
I'm going to give it a Brazilian.
Which is very painful.
I'm gonna give it a Portuguese.
I don't want to get into that, Joe. I never had a Brazilian. It's painful.
Yeah.
I never had one either.
Yeah.
Me
You
either.
feel like a queen goddess after, but you've got to really mentally prepare before you go in.
Tonight on the weekly check-in, Brazilians by Jessica Leigh.
I'm
The
embarrassed. I feel
uncomfortable part, though, is the conversation. You know,
Yeah.
because
they
everyone
talk to you
knows
during it.
everyone's uncomfortable. You know, I don't care how long you've been doing this for, you're uncomfortable. Like there's no way that you're confident in what you're doing. And when there's eye contact, no.
I thought you would do the stuff yourself. I didn't know that you had to go to somebody.
Oh no, I would never.
A Brazilian?
I would do like step 1, and then like step 2, I'd have to call somebody for help. I'd be in the ER.
Trim, but you
Can I ask you, how does it work? Did they put you in stirrups? Do you face the other way? I mean, logistically, how does it work? I'm so confused.
Ask that question again. Ask that one
Do
more
they
time.
put you in stirrups? Do they face you the other way? How does it work?
It's not like the gynecologist. They actually,
No.
it depends on where you go. Like if you go to like a good place like Elizabeth Grady, like they put you on a heated bed, which is a catch-22 because if your body is too warm, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like because everything sticks. So it's a catch-22 because they want you to be comfortable. They want you to spend a lot of money. But
I thought they used lighter fluid. All these years, I guess it was wrong.
Lighter fluid.
How do we get on this subject? That was Rockin' Joe's bit, and then next thing you know, we got Jessica Leigh explaining Brazilian.
yeah,
We're all interested in the Brazilian, let's be honest.
yeah. It's
I think we should give Vincent a Brazilian.
Yeah.
You got to
It'll take
joke,
6
Brian.
years.
You got to joke. Do the guy in a bus for great.
You're killing me. I already did a bus joke.
No, that was on a pre-recorded thing. That's another life.
I did it
no,
already. I did
No,
it
you
twice.
didn't. You didn't.
Yeah,
Of course I did.
Yeah, he did.
Did you? Well, do the fence.
I did that one too.
No, you did. That was the last show.
He didn't do
That was our last show.
That was the canceled show.
that.
You gotta. It's a long story. Do the. Do
Do you
the
have any
fence.
Brazilian wax material?
No, I don't.
No?
Sadly.
Hit it, Vincent.
Sadly. How are you gonna Brazilian wax? My pants are up to here.
Very carefully.
All right, they gotta come in with a sawzall to get my pants off to give me a Brazilian. Exactly.
All right, hit it, Vincent. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. No, I can't tell that one. Wait a minute now.
Oh my God.
Okay, little old couple goes to the doctor. He's examining the old man, and he says, "Sir," he said, "do you still have intercourse?" The old man said, "Well, I don't know." Hollers to his wife. He says, "Mary," he says, "do we still have intercourse?" She said, "How many times I gotta tell you we got Blue Cross?"
That's sick.
Little old woman walking down the street dragging two big garbage bags. $20 bills are flying out of one of the garbage bags. So a policeman stops her. He says, "Ma'am," he said, "listen." He says, "I'm following the whole way. $20 bills are flying out of this bag." He said, "I got to ask you." He said, "Are you doing anything illegal?" She said, "No, officer." He said, "Well, what's going on?" She said, "Listen, I live on a golf course. My house is on the 7th hole." She said, "And every time the guys are golfing," she says, "they come up to my tree, they take it out, and they pee right in my garden." She says, "I can't take it anymore." She says, "So now I stand out there at the tree with a pair of hedge clippers, and I say $20, or I cut the damn thing off." So the policeman says, "Ma'am," he says, "what's in their bag?" She said, "Well, they don't always pay."
That's sick, Brian.
You're
That's
sick,
that's
bro.
like that's like Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. That's like
Exactly.
that's not, I
Jeffrey
think you
Dahmer.
had 1 too many to drink, bro. That's not
I think so too.
that's not a classic Vincent joke. That's a
It's
that's
not,
like
yeah,
a-
I'm on it.
that's a Jeffrey Dahmer joke. That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, brother, I can't help it.
What are you doing, Vince?
Lighter fluid at this point in time.
He's going crazy.
I think John just wants me to diagnose. I think that's what I think.
Exactly.
Because it's like,
I remember that. Don't you ever remember that lighter fluid joke with the Brazilian or whatever?
No,
What?
What?
no, I don't remember.
It was
We'll
a
discuss that at another time.
Did you tell him?
Well, actually, it wasn't about women. It was really about guys. You know, it like if you want to get rid of crabs.
We don't want to go down that path either, Steve.
No. Listen, we can't edit again. We're gonna edit again.
Steve, you're
Forget
killing
about
us
it. My
tonight.
clothes will be back in style by the time the
What
show's
does
on.
crabs have to do with anything that's wrong?
I don't want to discuss
I don't know where
that.
you're going with this.
lighter fluid sauce. Never mind.
Hey,
No.
I already talked about that I had clam cakes today. I don't want to go down that road.
I can go for clam cake.
I can go for
You're
clam
crazy.
Clam cakes.
Jessica,
John, you
what's
want to go
going
to
on
Rocky
tonight?
Point together?
I think I might order takeout after this. I don't know. Everybody else.
That's where I'm going.
That's what we're
Give me
doing.
$20. Give me $20. I need to get some takeout.
We're gonna order takeout tonight too.
I know.
What are you guys getting?
Chinese food.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20. I don't know what's around here. Where are we?
I don't know. Where are we?
These guys are nuts, man.
I don't
I'm
remember.
going to
I don't
Lincoln.
remember Sunnyside being near really much of anything because Sunnyside's like in the middle of like a residential neighborhood, isn't it?
Mhm.
There's some restaurants around, but yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah,
order
it's in a
out.
residential neighborhood.
It's off miserable Spring Avenue.
Go to
You don't know.
Riccardi's.
She's from Massachusetts.
Riccardi's got good tuna.
I like that show though. The show at
What?
Sunnyside was a lot of fun.
What?
That's
She
burlesque.
said the show at Sunnyside was a lot of fun.
It was.
we did that like burlesque comedy show. It was-
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it was really fun. I
Yeah,
like
good.
that. I like that spot too. It's a good crowd.
That's a good
Yeah, we had
It's
some
not
good
good.
shows over there.
Sunnyside's a good spot, definitely.
Are you
John,
going to
you
do
have-
any more over there this year, Jay?
Absolutely.
Brian?
Nah, he doesn't want to do anything right now. The
Ah.
owner, he's afraid. Nah,
Yeah,
Next
he
see,
don't want to do. He doesn't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
He's afraid.
that's what I'm saying. I
Right
don't
now,
think.
we're
any-
under the radar.
Yeah, I think next year is going to be middle of next year. It's going to be a while. These owners are all afraid. A lot of them. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, everybody's
I
afraid.
have the perfect place to do a comedy show where all the people could come.
Where's that?
Seriously.
Your
The
backyard?
We could go in the market where they allow 100, 200 people in the market, right?
But we got to follow the arrows, Steve.
Well, that's okay. The arrow will go right toward the deli. We'll set up. That'll be the stage. We could have 200 people in the market, and we could have a show. People
So
will
it's-
see it. We'll have an audience.
Yeah, well,
Are you
they're
gonna
going to
pay
pay
me
us
in
in
cheese?
coupons.
Instead of a 2-drink minimum, we have to buy a pound and a half of ham.
At least.
The honey turkey, though.
Black Forest ham.
Honey ham.
Honey ham
I
is
would
nice.
get. I would get the Boar's Head
I enjoy it.
American.
I got it at my house.
Honey.
Get the Boar's Head American cheese. It's got whole milk as opposed to powdered milk. Land O'Lakes.
You got any
milk?
you got any other Uber stories, Stevie? Another Uber joke?
Well, yeah, the cemetery one. That one was interesting.
You just told that, didn't you?
How did that one go?
Oh, that was funny. I mean, I had to go to St. Anne's. Oh, I know you're very nervous with me tonight, John. Don't worry, it's okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got a call and I'm driving into St. Anne's Cemetery. The GPS has taken me. And when you go into the main gate, you take a right. If you take a right, you see these personal crypts. People got a lot of money. And they build these personal crypts, right? That takes its casket. The app stopped at one of them. Not gonna mention names. So it stops, and I'm looking around. I'm saying, okay, there's nobody kneeling at a stone. There's nobody around, John. Nobody. I get a text message, because you could do that with Uber, and it says, I'll be right out. Well, I'm saying, out of where? So I'm looking around, and finally the door of the crypt, no lie, begins to open. It was like Dark Shadows on crack, as you would say. This woman comes out of the crypt with wilted flowers in her hand. And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and she's walking right to my car. I roll the window down, and I says, are you married? And she says, yes. I says, are you dead? I said, it's like you look like Corpse Bride, for God's sakes. She's got wilt. She says, I know this looks funny. The other Uber driver dropped me off. And then he turned around and came back, and I disappeared. I went in the crypt. I said, how did you get in there? I thought the groundskeeper had to keep you in there. She says, I'm in there. I got the key. I went and visit my husband. I says, good. Are we waiting for him to come out next? What's up? So we laughed. She had a good sense of humor. And she has a coffee urn in the friggin' thing.
Yeah,
and I said, well, there's no electricity in there. She said, no. I bring hot coffee. I pour it in the urn. I said, you don't take the urn home and clean it? She said, no. I put it in there, and I sit with my husband. I says, oh, my God. Crazy people.
I mean, I did Uber for a while. I had some crazy things. I remember one night I went to the Last Resort in Smithfield, this club. And
Yes.
I swear to God, there must have been. There must have been.
So there, right as the pandemic happened, it was.
There must have been 7 or 8 girls from Providence College. They come out. I'm only supposed to have like 3 or 4 in my car. They all get in my car. I got 7 or 8 20-year-old girls in my car, drunk. They all get in my car. It's like 1:30 in the morning. They put the radio. They blast the radio, and they're all singing. And I'm taking them to Providence College. I got a car full of 20-year-olds. It was nuts. It was nuts, Jessica.
I like the stripper.
Yeah, I picked up, honest to God, I picked up this girl. I said, where you going? She said, club, Rhode Island Dolls, Woonsocket, strip club. I said, okay. I take her to the strip club. It took me a half hour. I called my wife. I dropped her off. I said, hey, I was just with a stripper for a half hour. She said, what? And I said, yeah, and she paid me.
Yes.
I did the Uber for a while. I got too crazy. Like I wouldn't want to Uber now the way things are crazy.
No, I'm waiting. I'll see if it seems like it's okay. I'm going to do it in August. Otherwise, I'm just going to put it on the back burner for a little while. I do a lot anyway, John, with my art and everything else I do. I don't need it.
Steve does tremendous artwork.
Oh, it's
tremendous artwork.
Incredible. Yeah, it's
beautiful. He did something for me.
So good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you do great pictures. You did one of my daughter and her husband.
Very talented.
Yeah.
I tell people, if you want to follow my artwork, I send them to a safe place on Instagram. But there's no fighting. And go at Steve Jazz. Steve Jazz, one word. You can see all my artwork. I enjoy doing. I just did one of Charlie Daniels for a client.
I saw that. That was very good.
It's lately all I do is draw dead people. It's almost like that movie, The Sixth Sense. He sees dead people. I'm drawing dead people.
I saw John posted a Facebook status about it, and Steve brought it up tonight that you guys brought up Dark Shadows because that was one of my favorite shows.
Oh, I love Get.
Such a good show.
Oh my God. I started watching it when I was like a kid during like a school vacation week or something like that. They were playing like repeats. I was like, what is this? This is so good. And then it
got that live.
Oh my God. Yes.
Angelique, I fell in love with her. She could bite me anytime. I had to marry a girl with blue eyes, right? And I did. I know, Jay, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make fun of me on that. Angelique could bite me anytime. Go ahead.
I gotta tell you something. She could have bit me 5 times over, let me tell you. She could have used me.
All right, we covered the Brazilian. We covered Steve getting bitten by Angelique. We covered my clams there at the Rocky Point. We covered crabs. I don't know what else we can cover here. We covered a lot of stuff.
Wrap it up. We're gonna go eat.
Vincent's got to go eat.
Me too.
You got another joke for us, Vincent? Before
Absolutely not. I can't use half the jokes I use.
Brian, you haven't done
fence.
cell phone
The fence.
jokes in a long time.
I love the fence.
Show the fence joke.
That was the previous show. You're getting confused. Tell it again.
Okay. little old. Shut up, DeNuccio. Look, he's having war flashbacks. You got the
Oh,
little old couple. Is that a bird?
Is it a bird? It's a bird. It is a bird.
Tell a joke, Vincent.
All right, little old couple married 60 years.
I feel
And
like
they're
a
both
principal.
walking past the middle where they lost their virginity to each other. So the old woman says to the old man, all right, why don't you do what we did 60 years ago? Take me right up along that fence. So I took her right up along that fence. They're going there 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, hour and a half. Things are shaking. They're exhausted. Finally, the old woman turns to the old man. She says, how come you didn't do me like that 60 years ago? The old man said, 60 years ago, that fence wasn't electric.
I think we've had enough fun for one night.
Yes, we had.
We certainly have.
Please don't call me again.
Jessica, we've had enough fun for one night.
Poor
Huh?
Jessica. I
I know, I feel bad
I'm
for
sorry,
you.
Jessica. I apologize beforehand.
You and your giant truly.
Yeah. Hey,
Joe, what do you got? We got everybody calm down.
amount of alcohol for these. This is the perfect amount because it's 2 in 1, and then I can just call it a day. And these big giant ones, good one. Yep, this is a perfect amount of alcohol.
We're not calling it today.
All right, what are you going to say to wrap things up, Jessica?
I love these guys. I want to hug Jay with his I almost said
His
penguin,
flamingo
not
shirt.
penguins, flamingo shirts.
Jay Burns and Brian
Everybody wants to
Vincent,
hug
we're
Jay
going to
Burns.
wrap
I'm not
things up.
hugging.
You guys got anything you want to say? We're going to wrap things up.
No, but thank you for having us, and hopefully things get back to normal, and we can work a Chinese buffet because I'm dying to eat some Chinese food.
I need a good egg roll like there's no tomorrow.
Oh my God, especially from lemongrass, so
I
good.
think we're going to be zooming for quite a while.
Yeah.
Another year anyway. Stevie,
Oh,
what do you got to
appreciate you
say,
having
bro?
us.
Hey, thanks. It's always a pleasure being around.
DeNuccio, thanks for having us down the Pirate Bar. It's been
I want to
6
have
years,
you all
but
here
thank
at the
you.
bar and we could all have some fun.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for some thin sliced lunch meat to come down at your bar.
I
But
got
you haven't
plenty of
invited me in
thin
6
sliced
years,
lunch.
but it's okay.
We have shaved lunch meat just for you.
I'll shave whatever you want. I just want some lunch meat.
I like
It's
Brazilian
a
lunch
pirate
meat
bar.
myself, but that's just me.
I think it's a wrap.
Yes.
I think it's a wrap, Jessica.
Yeah, we're staying out of
I
trouble.
want to thank my co-host, Jessica Lee, for the weekly check-in, Steve DeNuccio
Thank
for
you,
his Uber
Jessica.
stories and the market stories. Jay and Brian,
See you
a
for
nice
who we
older
got.
couple. Maybe can adopt me and we'll be a family.
Oh, that
I
would
don't
be
know.
cute.
Listen, we got a room all picked out for
I
you.
know.
You got bunk beds. You can even bring DeNuccio.
And we're gonna beagle.
Everybody, stay healthy, stay well. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you
Love you, John.
soon. I love you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Thanks, brother. Yes.